Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Breakdowns. Kyle Russ here. In this video, we're talking about the pop-up. Backside pop-up on your typical beach break, rampy wave, not too steep. Important things here are timing, positioning, and speed. And there's a little bit of variability here. I'll show you two different versions, which are a lot the same, but with some key differences based on the timing and positioning. So to start off here, this guy, he is in the perfect spot on the wave. You can see the white water is way back here. He's in the perfect spot, the steepest part of the wave, so he's able to glide a little bit, and he doesn't have to be super fast on the first half of the pop-up. So if you watch this, he takes his last couple paddles, he's looking down the line, but he's looking down here, but he's facing a little bit more down the face rather than down the line. Because of his position, he's able to do that because he doesn't have to go quickly down the line to outrun the whitewater. He's able to drop more vertically, which is important. So he does a couple paddles, he does a bit of a glide, and the very first thing here is what he does with his hands. You'll notice, see, he looks down the line and he puts his hands a little bit staggered. This front hand is a little bit farther forward and this one's a little bit farther behind. That's pretty significant just because he wants to be able to look down the line, but also his shoulders are naturally going to be this way. So this shoulder will naturally be down and this one will naturally be back, but he wants to be able to look down the line a little bit. So he staggers, but not too much. It's super subtle, but really, really important. And then the next thing, as we move through, you'll see he pushes his chest up off the board, and this rear foot comes onto his stomp pad. So he lifts the rear foot up, so he's not all the way up. His chest is off the board almost completely. His elbows are almost locked, and this rear leg has come up. So he plants his rear foot. You can see there's his leg bent like this. So his rear foot is planted here, and at this point his elbows are locked. You see the stagger a lot better in his hands right here. Looking down the line, chest not too open because he is traveling vertically down the face. But this is where you have to be super, super fast. So this point right here is the 3-point contact point. So he is on his foot and two hands while this front leg is floating. So you'll see the quickest part of this move is when he drives that foot forward. So if you look right here, see these 3-point contact, elbows are locked. His arms are extended as long as they can be, and he's looking down the line with his head, but his shoulder and chest are facing down because he's heading vertically down the face. And then he whips his foot through super fast. So that is the quickest part of that movement, and he's able to do that, like I said before, because of the timing and the positioning, where he is on the wave. You can see the white water is right here, so he's not in a panic to get up. So he's able to do the beginning part slowly. So we'll see it again. Hands down, staggered, chest off the board, rear foot planted, arms and elbows locked, and then whips his foot through. So this part right here needs the most mobility. To be able to extend your elbows fully, to be able to have your back foot planted and then whip it through, and then just stand up. And you can see he heads almost vertically down the face before he goes down the line. So I'll show you the second version. Backside, same kind of wave, but with not as good positioning. So the timing of it's a little different. So this one here, you'll see he doesn't have time to glide. He goes paddle, paddle. So he takes his last paddle, staggers his hands way more. His hands are way more staggered because he's not traveling vertical down the face. He's traveling down the line instantly because the white water is on top of him because he needs to outrun that right away. So you'll see there's no glide and there's almost no 3-point contact. So he comes up way faster. See, and now he's traveling horizontally down the line under the white water. So he had to stand up way before the wave got there. He didn't have time to glide. He didn't have time to be slow in the beginning. It all had to be a lot faster, all because of where the whitewater was, because he had to be standing before the whitewater got him, because if he was laying down and the whitewater hit him, he'd get knocked off his board and he wouldn't be able to pop up because he'd lose his balance. So the timing and positioning is so critical for the speed with which you have to pop up, but also it changes the direction he goes. He's not able to go down the face. He's going horizontally down the line. And so the variations in that, or the hands are a lot more staggered, And you'll see his head's looking down the line, but his chest is way more open. You can see how high his lead shoulder is, and if you watch as he drops in, look how much he's opening his shoulder there. See, look at that. This shoulder is open. This one's down. He is already going down the line. Whereas in this version, see when he pops up, this shoulder is down. He's not. His head is looking, but his upper body isn't looking yet. Significant differences, but super subtle. I'll let them both play really quickly. Pop. So that one's way more relaxed. Boom, and that one's way faster. A lot harder to do the second one. There's so many similarities, but the speed, the positioning, and the openness of the chest and the timing of it are subtle differences, but massive. So this comes into wave selection. And knowing the ocean, be able to read the waves, understand where you are, and understand which versions of these to do. They both require the same movement, but the difference is the speed with which you do it and the openness of the chest, whether you're looking down the line or you're going down the face. So, yeah, that's all I got for this video. It's all the subtleties that make all the difference for the speed and the success. And so you can have the speed into the wave and you can perform your first maneuver just like that. Right on. My name is Kyle Russ. Thanks again for watching.